While Texas has a more than $32 billion budget surplus, California has more than a $20 billion deficit. While we have our surplus, the governor of New York is asking the federal government for money.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott more or less taunting his favorite targets on opening day of the session. Rudy, let's talk about the surplus. If Republican primary voters get their way, and they often do, much of this windfall will be returned to taxpayers, with the rest socked away or spent on business-friendly infrastructure. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the best bet. The problem is any property tax rebate will quickly evaporate without any kind of real reform regarding the local appraisal district. Speaker Phelan, it was right on target, I think. He mentioned that kind of reform after securing his speaker's position in the speech on Tuesday. Remember, this is one-time money. I think the best use, build some water supply networks to help during times of drought. Identify and then expand the top narrow roadways in the state that have been overrun by urban growth. We all have those roadways. We all drive on those, right? Add new power lines out of the wind and solar farms to population centers. Boy, we really need that. And maybe, as the speaker said, and also the comptroller said, maybe some new scholarship funds for trades like plumbing, electrical, healthcare jobs, things like that. What do you think, Greg?
Well, it all sounds good to me, but it all costs money, Stephen. Hager advised investing some of the surplus in human resources. However, in Speaker Dade Phelan's acceptance speech, we didn't hear anything about raising teacher pay, increasing state workers' salaries, or addressing the chronic lack of mental health care. Do you anticipate any conflict?
Oh, of course there's going to be conflict. We have difference of opinions, and you have more than 100 lawmakers that are going to be proposing different things. I think Speaker Phelan is looking at it in a way that Rudy mentioned, talking about one-time funding. Now, there still will be a Texas budget. There's still going to be money to do certain core things that the Republican leadership has on their wish list. But when looking at the surplus, you're talking about one-time expenses. So what can get the most bang for your buck? Speaker Phelan is talking about infrastructure, things that everyone is on, and he's talking about a bulk of that money coming from sales tax. So why not just do something that will impact every Texan instead of people who don't own homes, when the thirst from Governor Abbott and Dan Patrick in a way has been, oh, let's give it back to property tax owners. Well, everyone does not own property. Everyone's not paying property taxes. Some people are renters and other things. So I think there definitely is going to be conflict. It's just a matter of who can get the most momentum and the most public opinion to push them forward.
Rudy, there seems to be consensus among the big three, and Hager for that matter, in regard to using a big chunk of the surplus for property tax relief. I'm assuming that will be welcome news in the Austin area, where homeowners have been hammered particularly hard.
I think it's Pandora's box. That's why I used Pandora in my one word. I think you open this thing up and you start looking at all the other things, and people are going to start saying, now wait a minute. And for example, is the recapture, the buzz here in Austin, the metro area regarding that is the claim that there's a lot of extra money that's being generated by Robin Hood recapture, well over what was originally estimated. So now there is this belief that all that extra money from the recent spike in home values that we all saw here in Austin and other parts of the state, that's not going to go to the poor school districts, but into the general fund, a great big dark hole. So that argument may be an oversimplification of what actually is happening, but it's a good argument for giving the cash back or making sure that the money, how's this, directly tying that extra Robin Hood money to an education project. It is Pandora's box.
Stephen, you talked about momentum and public opinion. Democrats would like to see issues like mental health, teacher pay, and affordable housing addressed with the surplus, but they don't have much leverage. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, mental health is something that will get bipartisan support, because we have to remember, it wasn't too many months ago that the mass shooting in Uvalde happened. And so there's going to be a spending package on school safety. Mental health is the big thing that Republicans want, because they don't want to touch the gun issue. And so I think mental health spending will be something that will be one of the few bipartisan things that may come out of this 88th legislature. But other things, I mean, not to mention, higher education, wanting $1 billion to freeze tuition for 2 years. And so everyone wants a piece of the pie. It's going to be conflict, but I think certain core items will start to rise to the top, and eventually we'll get to a point where we're only talking about 3 or 4 big item things that we know definitely may get more funding.
Quickly, Rudy, back to Abbott taunting the liberal states of California and New York, essentially saying, we do it right, you clearly don't, and here's the proof. What's your take?
Didn't you all expect that? You know, Texas, that's what the governor does. It's good politics. It's just like the buses. And we're going to hear more of it, I bet, as this session goes on.
All right, we're going to have to leave it right there. To see this interview and others, go to our Fox Stations YouTube pages.
And you can keep the conversation going with us by interacting with us on our social media sites.
And a lot of new issues are emerging out of the state capitol dome. We'll be back next week to talk about those hot topics. So we'll see you then. And don't forget to let us know what you think the issue is.